Ooh, good morning, guys. What's up? 5 to 8 a.m. on a Sunday. I was up for a while. I'm just going to tell you guys this. I can't let you do that. I'm booting up the system. I can't let you do that because I love you too much. I cannot let you do that because I love you too much. And talk about self-love today. We're going to talk about discipline, all wrapped up in one. It hit me today pretty hard, actually. Hit me last night. Because last night was my first day without cigarettes. Yes, I smoke cigarettes. A lot of you didn't know that because I don't really share that. But I put up a post and I don't know, maybe 100-ish people commented. And I got a ton of messages from people that said, I didn't know you smoked. Yes, I smoke cigarettes. I did. So, all that to say that I love you too much. I can't let you do that. That's the topic today. Self-love. I'm going to go on and say that love is the most powerful motivator. Yeah, sometimes you need your back up against the wall. Sometimes you're just not aware of the importance of loving yourself. So here's where I'm going to start today. I'm going to start like this. I'm going to say, for those of you with children, that's the undebatable one, right? How much do you love your kids? If your back is up against the wall and you've got to do something for your kids, the love for your kids will outpower anything. Who would agree? Who would agree? Way more than yourself. For sure. I would say in 100% of the cases. Look at that hair. Trying to keep it light, but it's going to get a little intense. I think I'm going to open up a little bit more today about myself. I'm a broken person. I'm a broken person. I'm bashed up. I'm in the process of fixing myself. Doing a fine job at it, I must say. I will tap myself on the back, but I had to find self-love. I had to find self-love to drive the discipline. So I actually use this sentence more often than I admit to, because I don't think I've ever talked about this before. I often say, Mark, I can't let you do that because I love you too much. Mark, I can't let you do that because I love you too much. I picture and I have a technique that I use. When I say that, I mean, that's how I stopped. Okay, I have a lot of things that I did in my life that were not good for me. And I continue to dabble in things such as self-doubt, such as eating the wrong foods. That's pretty well where I'm. Self-doubt, eating the wrong foods are really the two prominent ones that remain. But in the past, it was substances. How do you think I stopped, guys, without any help, without any... I was an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. I smoked cigarettes, and that's not happening. All these things, 2 of them, energy drinks, I decided to stop that. Those things, doing this right now on a Sunday morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, most of the time I do it earlier. These are things I don't want to do. I like pie. I like chocolate bars. I love them. I love chips. I love Doritos. But I can't let you do that, Mark. I love you too much. That sentence has fixed me. But it's what you put, it's the weight you put, I'm going to speak about me. Me. It may help you. The weight that I put behind that in terms of meaning, what does it mean to me? Saying words is okay. Yeah, there's power in words. There is power in words. I'm not taking that away. But what you attach to those words, the meaning you attach to those words, makes it It's like adding gasoline to that fire. It's like it makes those words super powerful. So when I say, I can't let you do that, Mark, because I love you too much, that's what's gotten me out of a lot of things. But here's the way, well, a lot of things. Drugs, alcohol, you want to start there? And there's a few other things, but quite a few things. So right now, sometimes it's self-doubt and eating the wrong foods. I still struggle. But Mark, I can't let you eat that piece of pecan pie because I love you too much. There's a lot of things that obviously, they're not good for you, period. And I'm sick of letting the brain drive me. I want to take the steering wheel in this thing and drive it. It's hard. So here's what I do. I think of it as, I'm not a parent. I don't have kids. But if I did, and maybe this will resonate with some parents out there that are struggling in getting their life the way they want it, or applying discipline, but they have no problem throwing the love to their kids. They're struggling throwing the love to themselves. Because if you loved yourself like you would love your children, your own children, you would be disciplinary. There you go, how's that for a word? You would be disciplinary with yourself, like you would be disciplinary with your kids. I realize I'm not the guy who can give you advice on this because I don't have children of my own. But I have friends that I love dearly, new friends, by the way, in my business, that I love dearly, and they have children, and I see it all the time. So from an outsider looking in, I know the love is so strong that you would use disciplinary measures that your children may not appreciate at the time, but it's because you love them. Make sense? Now, trying to apply that to yourself is very hard because it's hard to love yourself. I have ways of doing that. I was bullied. I look at my younger self, and like my younger self is my child. It's kind of twisted, isn't it? But it makes absolute sense. I see the younger Mark. I see the Mark that was strung out on drugs, sitting in a corner of a random house, twitching, and I see that guy. And I'm like, because I see myself sleeping in stairwells. I see myself sleeping in random parks. I see myself starving, begging for change. These things happened, by the way. I see myself waking up in my own vomit. I see all these things, and I look at that X mark from some of these times are many moons ago. Some of these times are less than 10 years ago. They're not that long ago, some of these moments. And then you got my childhood, which was no confidence whatsoever. So when I look at that Mark, and I treat him like a child, and I realize he's inside of me, kind of, that's how I self-love myself. So I talk to myself often. I go, don't worry, buddy. I got this thing for you. We got this. You like that girl? I'll make sure we go talk to that girl. Or, you want that car? I got you. You've had a rough life? I got you. I'll take care of you. You want to be healthy? Well, here's where all these things come into play here's where this sentence comes into play in all of these scenarios. You want to take action and go talk to someone? I can't let you not go talk to that person because I love you too much. So I'm going to make you do it. Oh, I know you don't want to come, but I'm going to make you do it because I love you. I know you want to eat that bag of chips, but I can't let you do that because I love you that much. It's pretty crazy. Seems pretty simple, but I know you want to have a beer. Geez, how long's it been now? Is anybody counting? I'm counting. I'm counting how long it's been. I know exactly how long it's been since I've had an alcoholic beverage. Do I want one? Of course I want one. Will I ever have one ever again? I will never have one ever again. Why is that? Because I can't let you do that, Mark. I love you too much. Will I ever have a cigarette again? I will never have a cigarette again. Do I want one? Oh, I want one. But will I ever have one? I won't. Why? Because I can't let you do that, Mark. I love you too much. Would you let your child have a cigarette if they're a child? I don't know. I don't know you. No. What if they want one? What if they want to try one? You're not going to let them have it because you love them too much. I would even go a little more aggressive in how I self-discipline myself. I attach a lot of pain to it as well. And I use my old visions. I can see them like they're yesterday, guys. I can see myself in situations where I felt, like when I think back, I'm going to try not to get emotional, but when I literally could not eat food, when I was being hungry was probably the worst. It was probably the worst. Like, I spent some time in jail as well. Some of you know, most of you know that. Jail was not bad for me. I didn't even stay in there that long, less than a year. And I'm a social animal, so I did well in there. However, I had food. I could eat. That's different. The only thing is I shouldn't even get into that. Why'd you go to jail, Mark? What did you do? I don't want to open that can of worms. This is old Mark, past Mark. But I have so many events in my life that I can re-trigger to feeling bad for that lost person that I can now easily say, I cannot let you do that, brother. Sorry. You may not like me saying no to you, but it's because I love you too much. It's pretty deep today. I don't know if it's coming out deep, but it's deep to me. I didn't want to work out today at all. I wanted to have a cigarette and with my coffee. Are you kidding me? And I used it, and it worked like a freaking charm. I cannot let you do that. I was going to run down to the 24-hour quickie, little convenience store, like 4:30 in the morning. I'm like, just one more day. Just, one more cigarette. I can't let you do that. I'm very sorry. It's not happening. Like I'm talking to my child, disciplinary measure. It's not happening because I love you too much. And then I picture those visions of me, and it works. I won't do it again. If I could quit all the other stuff without any help whatsoever, just like that, the beginning's a little tough. But when I channel the love for myself, it's easy. It's pretty intense. So, self-love, how do you begin self-loving yourself? That's the hard one, guys. I really don't know. It took me a long time. That one, I'm telling you guys how I apply it I'm trying to help you with a strategy from if you have children or anything you love to love yourself that way. Oh, we have some visitors. No, we don't. Good. I'm not going to continue much longer. I just wanted to let it out and say that once you start loving yourself, it's pretty freaking amazing. And also the fact that when I love myself, I don't require it. Ooh, this one will come off bad. I said this once, and I posted this once and got a lot of backlash, a lot of backlash, but I'm going to say it anyways. Not many people watching. But should I say it? Let me think if I should say this. Got to be careful, I said a few things in the past, and you forget who sees this and how many people see this stuff. Because when you guys start growing your audience, your old content has a funny way of resurfacing. Okay, I'm going to say it anyways. I love myself enough that I actually love myself a lot. But that's over time, that's over training, that's over telling myself and picturing my little boy self or myself when I was in tough times, visualizing and picturing that over time and training to love myself. Oh, we're done. Training to love myself. It's becoming so real. I'm the number one. I'm the number one person to take care of now, which is cool. Because here's what I didn't want to say. I'm very grateful that I love myself because I don't require the love of anyone else. Was that deep? Was that deep? Took me 8 years not to have the need for anyone to love me back. Is that deep? Is that too much? Is that too much? Did I get myself in hot water? This is just me. My life has been magical since I didn't require the approval of other people. That's pretty recent, since I didn't give a fudge about what people thought about me. That changed my life. But for about 8 years, I've been trying to eliminate the feeling of love, because it hurt. It's love hurts. You knew I was going to do it at some point. I had to channel that feeling of love to love myself. And now that I love myself, almost like I'm another person. Does that make sense? Or is this like totally out there? It's almost like I'm another person. I'm another Mark that I'm taking care of. I'm like, okay, dude, like a child, like I said, or yeah. Okay, dude, you got a good brain. We got to keep that brain good so you can help a lot of people. You're healthy. I can't let you do certain things, not because I don't want you to enjoy them. It's because I love you, and they're not going to serve you. So once I started loving myself in that way and didn't require or crave the love of anyone else, I'm not completely immune to love. Like, I'm not completely, like, I not want to be loved, but I'm getting there. Give me a couple more years. It's been 8 years of hardcore training to eliminate that feeling, because it didn't serve me, I believe. And just I had to redirect it somewhere, so I redirected it to myself. So that's not vanity, that's not cockiness, that's just a redirection of the love to myself as another person. This is really, it's one of those lives that they're just, some people are like, this guy's really weird. But yeah, guilty as charged. I am weird. So now that I don't require the love of anyone else, I'm pretty freaking unstoppable. Those were weaknesses for me. Big weaknesses for me to go all the way. And when I say all the way, I'm talking like going all the way. It was other people's opinions and needing love. So that ended up cold. Yes, I know I'm done. How many calories did I lose? So I'm going to hop off this thing. I'm going to go have a douche, and then I'm going to go have a douche. Have a shower. In French. It's in douche in French. I'm going to go have a douche. I'm going to go have a shower. I'm going to go grind it out, and we have a friggin' awesome webinar today. This is not meant to be a pitch fest, but I'm going to pitch I'm not going to pitch. We're full. We're already over capacity. So don't bother coming. But it's okay. You can catch the replay. Sunday webinar, guys, we're announcing the 4 people that I will be spending an entire week with. I'll be talking to no one else. I'll be talking to one person 1 week, working with one person 1 week for a full month. So week 1, one person. Week 2, another person. Week 3, another person. Week 4, another person. These are people that you probably have not heard of yet, but by the time the 3-month journey is over, I'm working with them for a week, but that's going to carry over into 3 months. I'll explain that today on the webinar, and you're going to know who they are after that. They're going to be a little more recognized, we'll put it that way. Recognized. I was going to say, they're going to be famous, They're going to be a little more recognized. So guys, thanks for tuning in. I know some of you came in, so thank you. Pretty intense today. I don't even know if I'm going to keep it going, because this one was just from the heart, and I think some of these I like to look back on as well. So now it's time to stop this nonsense and go shower and get to work. See you guys later on the webinar today, or I will see you on social media. Bye-bye now.